Another three. It's Xavier Johnson. 28 points.
Welcome back to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside men's basketball coach Jeff Capel, Rob King of AT&T Sportsnet. Coach, first of all, terrific win over number 16 Virginia Tech. First time in a couple of years you'd beaten a ranked team. Tell me about the victory and coming off what had happened against Notre Dame.
Yeah, well, I was really proud of our guys. We responded. We had a very, very disappointing outing against Notre Dame that was totally out of character for who we've been all year. It's the first game, I thought, that we didn't fight. We didn't play with energy. We were not connected at all. And it was just a really embarrassing performance. We had lost two, previous games, but in those games, I thought we at least fought. We didn't play smart, but I thought we had energy and I thought we fought. So we were really disappointed. We came back, we confronted it right away. We talked about it. We had some very intense practices. The guys really, really responded in practice. Tuesday was one of our best practices of the year. Midway through it, I stopped it and I said, now you look like the team we've been most of the season. And that's all we ask. Like, we have to understand who we are. It's not gonna be pretty. We're not the most talented, but when we fight and we're together, we can beat any team in this league. And I thought we came out and we played like we practiced for the past 2 days. But I was proud of how we got off the mat. We beat a very, very good team that was playing really, really well in Virginia Tech. And we did it because defensively we were connected, which led to us being connected offensively.
You called your own performance deplorable after Notre Dame. And then I think you'll probably like the comments Mike Young used afterwards a little bit more. Said your team was tougher, hungrier, more desperate. That's what you want out of your team, isn't it?
That's who we have to be all the time. That's when we are at our best. And for the majority of the season, we have been that. When I look back, and I try not to look back too much, we were not that the first game of the year, and we lost. We got our butts kicked, but we responded. And then from that time on until we beat Duke, we were that way. We were connected, we were tough, we were together, we had an edge. And then after we beat Duke, we let down. And as a coach, I thought that it could happen. I tried to warn our guys. We talked to them in practice. We pushed them in practice. We got on them in practice. But nothing we did worked. And unfortunately, we got our butts kicked. It was like an out-of-body experience. And as a coach, during it, there was nothing I could do or we could do to get them out of it, and we tried. And every team has a game like that. It was embarrassing, it was that way, but I was proud, like I said, of how we responded. I appreciate the things that Mike said, but it has to be who we are all the time.
Now, you were down 6 at one point in the second half of the game, about 5 minutes in. And listen, that could have been a time where the team packed it in. They didn't. What did you like about what your team did performance-wise from that point on to the end of the game?
Well, that's where the toughness comes in. If you go back to Notre Dame, it was right there. I think we were up 21-20, and then they made a run. And we never did anything to stop their run. We never made another run. We just kind of gave in, to be honest with you. In this situation, we showed who we've been the majority of the season. We fought back. We buckled down on defense. We got some stops. We got some rebounds. We were able to get out in transition. We executed offensively really, really well in the second half, and guys stepped up and made some big plays and big shots for us.
Xavier Johnson and Ithiel Horton, neither one of them started. Xavier Johnson set a school record by scoring 32 off the bench. Only the second game of his 81 that he hasn't started.
Yeah, well, I knew after Notre Dame that we needed to shake some things up. And, we came back, and when we finally got back together on Monday, I told the guys, look, starting positions are up for grabs. These 2 days of practice, and then our walkthrough on Wednesday will determine who starts. In the back of my mind, I knew it wasn't going to be the same. Really, no matter what happened in practice, I knew that I wanted to change some things up. And I made the decision literally about 10 minutes before the game of who we were going to start. It was hard because the practices were really good, and how Xavier played in practice was how he played in the game. Tuesday's practice, he was unbelievable. And I think that led over to the game. Ithiel was really good in practice, and I think that led over. I was really proud of how they responded, how Ithiel and how Xavier responded. I was equally as proud of Femi and Nike, of how they got us started in that game.
Tony's going to try it from three. He drains a three, and it's 68-55. Panthers by 13. Oh, D's Tony.
Personnel notwithstanding, and Virginia always has good personnel, they try your patience, I would think, and your maturity. They play a great defensive game. They don't, it's not the same tempo. How do you have to approach that to be able to beat a team like Virginia?
Well, you have to be really disciplined, and you have to be tough in order to beat them. They're very, very good. They've been the best team in our league this year. They're very unique this year, though. Like they're really, really different. In the past, when you've thought of Virginia, they've like the strength of their team, I think, has been their guard play. Obviously, when they won the championship, they had those three guys on the perimeter that are all in the NBA right now. They've always had good big guys, but the scoring primarily came from their backcourt. It's the complete opposite this year. Their front court guys have been their main scorers. Their front court guys, their 3, 4, and 5, are their best three-point shooters. And so it's a different sort of game plan. And so for us, we have to be able to disrupt their rhythm defensively with disciplined pressure. We have to be able to defend their ball screens. And then we have to be able to defend the three-point line against big guys, which is really, really different.
Well, good luck, and congratulations on the win against Virginia Tech.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. And thanks to you for watching this edition of Pitt Beyond the Script.
Up with a big one, a gem against Virginia Tech. The Panthers win it 83-72. Pitt now 9-5, 5-4 in the conference, and pulled off the mild upset.